and wait for the live feed to start. All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our inaugural event celebrating the Wake County Public School System's top seniors as identified and celebrated by the Triangle Tribune magazine. I'd like for everybody to just take a moment and give a round of applause for all of our amazing folks in the room. The room is full, and as I've told folks, as I've been able to look through the Honor Roll magazine that you should have received a copy of tonight, our students in Wake County are not just bright, they are also very good looking. It's been a pleasure to see each one of you. My name's Crystal Reardon, and I'm the Director for Counseling for Wake County Schools, and I'm so honored to be able to be here with each and every one of you tonight. I've had an opportunity to see and speak to several of you as you were in the reception room, and I just appreciate so much that you took the time to be here to celebrate our remarkable young people. We have a series of speakers who will be coming forward tonight and taking some moments to celebrate each and every one of you, so I don't want to take that away from them, but I do want to offer a bit of information that you might want to text to some of your family and friends. If you did not already get the email with the link for the live feed tonight, we are live streaming this event. The link to see the live feed is on the Wake County Public School System's website. It's WCPSS.net. And if your family or friends want to watch the live feed, they can scroll just a little bit down the front page to calendars. And on the calendar page, they would look for today's date, May 19th, and there's a link to a page that will take them to the live feed. So feel free to take out your phones and text that to your friends. But this will also be archived on the Wake County Public School System's YouTube site, so you can also go back and watch this at a later time. Okay, and with that, I would love to invite to the stage the chair of our Wake County School Board, Ms. Monica Johnson-Hostler.
Good evening. I have to say I'm beyond excited to see the fullness of this room. I was even more excited to stand in the line with many of your children and parents who I've known since they were very little people. I saw Girl Scouts that I had. I saw colleagues of mine who I've watched their children grow up, whether through Facebook or their phones before we were using Facebook. I actually have not seen a couple of children that I personally know, but I've got to see your lovely pictures and all of your accomplishments in this wonderful glossy book. And that leads me to the first thank you I'd like to extend to both Gerald and Linda Johnson for all of your work and for expanding this to Wake County Public Schools. It is a heartfelt thank you, and I think I can speak for all of the Wake County Public School System, both our staff and our board, for your graciousness for bringing this to us in Wake County. And all of the bright minds and thought leaders who went behind this to say, how do we do this in Wake County, and how do we acknowledge that our kids who are black and brown are able to be acknowledged in a space that's just for them, and that is a reminder in this day and time of how wonderful and how excellent and all the great black girl and black boy magic that sits in this room is beyond exciting. It is also very interesting that as a school board, we just had some students from Enloe come talk to us this week from a play that they wrote themselves. And for me, at 42, I saw myself in one of the young women who was talking about her experience as the only black girl in her AP classes who wondered how she should talk, how she should walk, how does she sit in a class, what do people expect of her, is she too black, does she talk too white? Those are struggles that for me it was hard to hear that 20 plus years later, there are still children sitting in our seats in our schools across this country who are examining who they are as black African-American kids. And what I will say to you, and hopefully you will continue to tell the generations behind you, is that you are wonderful just the way you are, and you are already excellent. And because you sit in this room with your support system, and that includes the wonderful educators in Wake County Public Schools, you already know that you deserve to be honored. But we want to take this time, and I won't take too long before Crystal starts looking at me, but I have to say to you, I usually give very brief remarks, but then when I stood up and can see you from this vantage point, it is beyond overwhelming to know what excellence we have in this room. And I want to thank you, parents and guardians and support system and villages, for supporting your students when sometimes it seemed insurmountable for them, but you always knew who they were and what they were able to accomplish. And so thank you for all of your support. And I always acknowledge that they're parents, but there's always a village behind a great family. And so hopefully you are extending and sharing and tweeting this with your village to ensure that they know and can see the recognition that all of you deserve. So I cannot express my gratitude enough, and I'm expressing it wholeheartedly on behalf of all of my board members, but I will like to introduce those who are in the room with me. First, I'll start with our Vice Chair, Ms. Christine Kushner. Beside her is Ms. Lindsay Mahaffey. Ms. Roxy Cash. And many of you know Mr. Keith Sutton, who's fought the good fight long and hard. Thank you, board members, for joining me in being here to celebrate and to remind and send off those who are going to college or whatever your next stop is. This room embodies our strategic vision, our plan to graduate all students, regardless of who they are and where they come from. And you all are showing us exactly how we do that and how we do it well. And I'm forever grateful. And this will be a moment, I think, for me personally, that will be etched to be able to see the monumental moment that we have. And thank you, Dr. Conley, for all of your work behind this. I know no good vision can happen without a Wake County Public School employee supporting and ensuring that implementation gets done. And as well as you, Crystal, thank you for all of your hard work to be here. And so I appreciate you and all of the other staff who I know made it possible as well, who are in this room. And so without further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Crystal. Thank you all very much.
That's fantastic. Thanks, guys. And I would now like to invite Dr. Marvin Conley, who is our Chief of Staff and who absolutely did put a lot of effort, but also vision and just celebration into helping us get this event off the ground. So he's going to offer you some remarks if he'll come forward.
Good evening. Like Ms. Johnson-Hostler, from this vantage point, the first thing I want to say is wow. Wow. What an awesome scene it is. What an awesome opportunity it is to come and be able to celebrate bright minds in the Wake County Public School System tonight. Many of you know that the United Negro College Fund has a slogan that says, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." And as I was thinking about this event tonight, and the young people were coming in, and their parents were coming in with them, and their guardians and their village coming in with them, I thought about that theme of the United Negro College Fund, and what came to my mind is, not only is a mind a terrible thing to waste, but a bright mind is a terrible thing not to acknowledge. So we acknowledge all of these bright minds tonight here at North Carolina State University in the Wake County Public School System. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the staff who are here tonight from the school system to celebrate with you. First of all, who you'll hear from later in our program, our Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Kathy Moore. We asked her that she would stand. She's here on the front row. You'll hear from her later in the program. And on behalf of our superintendent, Dr. Jim Merrill, who you'll hear from later in the program, we ask the members of the superintendent's cabinet, if you will stand. I know you're spread throughout the audience tonight. Just stand where you are, area superintendents and other staff. We have principals. We have principals and deans of students and counselors and school-based staff. So if you would stand so that we can celebrate you and thank you as well for being here to support your students tonight. As well as all of the central services staff who are here as well. We thank you for your support and your commitment. Some of you know that the Sertoma Club here in Wake County is a social club, a community organization that celebrates the top senior African-American student from each high school each year. And a few years ago, we were sitting at that particular banquet where one African-American student was recognized from each high school. And it just came to mind that there are a whole lot of bright minds. And so we decided that every African-American student in our school system who has at least a 3.25 needs to be recognized, honored, and celebrated on the red carpet tonight. So all of these young bright minds have at least a 3.25. So let's give them another round of applause. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, those who are watching via the live stream, those who are receiving it via Twitter, don't let the celebration stop tonight, but let us continue to celebrate beyond this, because we have doctors and lawyers and teachers sitting in the room tonight. And again, we do thank, as Ms. Johnson-Hostler said, Mr. Keith Sutton, who was part of envisioning tonight to celebrate African-American students throughout our school system. But thank you for being here tonight, and let's continue to celebrate.
So Dr. Conley is smooth. And so is the next gentleman that I'm going to ask to come to the stage. Mr. Gerald Johnson is the CEO of the Charlotte Post and Triangle Tribune, and reached out to us along with his staff last summer to start talking about how we might pull this together as a school system and to be able to work with the Tribune to celebrate all of our young people who are in the room tonight. He made it sound really easy when we were talking about it in the conference call. And so I definitely want to give him an opportunity tonight to share with you just how easy he can make things seem. But he has some really complimentary remarks for our students, and he's also going to talk with you just a little bit about the vision of the Triangle Tribune and how the Triangle Tribune supports the community, and he wants to take a moment to celebrate with you. So if I could invite Mr. Gerald Johnson to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Top seniors, let me hear from you. Good, good. I got a lot of people to thank for this evening, and Crystal didn't give me a time limit. She will regret that in a minute. But let me start off by saying, tell you a little bit about who we are as a publication and a business. The Charlotte Post Publishing Company publishes newspapers targeted to the African-American community. Charlotte Post, award-winning publication coming out of Charlotte. Triangle Tribune, award-winning publication coming out of the Raleigh-Durham area. And my wife, the first person I'm going to thank here, told me over a year ago, because we've been doing the Top Senior in Charlotte for 43 years. She is the marketing and manager representative for this area. And over a year ago, she said, why aren't we doing this in Raleigh? Beats me. The next person I want to thank is sitting right here, Matthias Bishop. She started dealing with Matthias, who introduced her to everybody in the world up here, because he knows everybody in the world up here. And ultimately, we ended up with Dr. Connolly. And in going through and talking to Dr. Connolly about it, ultimately, we got to this point. So he's the next person I want to thank, because Dr. Connolly, along with the hardworking Crystal Weirden, we were able to bring this to fruition here in this market. And I am very, very proud that we've been able to do this, because you all are some outstanding young people. As I go through this, and I forgot my publication down there, we went through this for a long time, and this was easy work. We did a lot of sweating, but it's easy work. But in going through this, we ended up bringing someone on our production team that is a tremendous, tremendous graphics artist and production person. And I want her to stand because I just think she deserves a very, very loud round of applause. We started working with Carrie Harris a long time ago. And she started putting this publication together. And in putting the publication together, she did a great job. But working with Carrie, she's very, very meticulous. You get a call at any time, as Linda will attest to talk about things that she, and it's just dotting the I, crossing the T, but she was very meticulous about how this publication came out. And now I am so glad that she took the time and energy to bug us about the little details, because this is a fabulous, fabulous publication. And so I want to thank her. I'm going to tell you a little bit how this program works. We asked the school system to give us your brightest, your 3.25 and above African Americans that we can basically honor in this way. Once we get those students from the school system, we send out a letter. Now, if you didn't get a letter, don't blame me. All the information came from the school system. But we sent out letters to every parent and guardian that we got from the school system. And in that letter, we said that we're putting together a top senior program for this market, and your student, your child qualifies, and all they have to do is fill out an application. And every application that was filled out is in this book. But we go one step further to say, not only are we going to put them in this book, but we're going to put 2 of the top seniors that apply in a running for, well, we'll win a scholarship. All the top seniors go into the scholarship pool, but we were only going to pick 2 to receive scholarships. And once we get all the applications in and we dump all the applications over to Carrie so that she can start laying out a design of the book, we take that same group of applications and dump it off to some volunteers who really said this was very easy. I don't see all of them in there, but Price Baldwin, if you would stand, is he in here? He's in here somewhere. Okay, there he is. Miss Evans, if you would stand. I didn't see Ann Hooker or Linda Quarles, but we dumped all of these applications onto them, and they went through the process of reviewing them, and they went through and they scored based on several criteria: GPA, community activities, and the big one was the essay. We asked every student that applied to fill out an essay, because we were in the newspaper business, writing is very important, and so the essay was a critical piece of the puzzle. And they ended up sending all of that back with the scoring of every senior. And ultimately, we saw the 2 top seniors. Now, they did that independently. We bring them all together to discuss it, and we come up with the 2 top seniors who we will announce later on in the program. But that's pretty much how this program works. We enjoyed doing business with everyone here. And before I sit down, I want every parent or guardian in the room of one of these top seniors to please stand. Thank you. Now, top seniors, you all are a blessing, but you didn't get here on your own. It takes a tremendous support system to create a top senior. And so we're very proud of the work that you did, and I'm going to show you how important this is. We have a foundation that helps put on this, but we also have an after-school program that deals with children that are far behind from grade level. and they have a lot of catching up to do. And we put them in after-school program, and just like we ask these fine people to give us their top students, we go into a school and say, give us your worst students. We want your worst students, people that we call, I don't know if you heard this term, pipeline to prison children. We know as early as first and second and third grade, well, the school system knows, those kids that if they don't get some help aren't going to make it. And the reason I wanted you all to stand, because we see both ends of this. We see the achievement and the importance that parents play in you becoming a top senior. But we also see the other side where parent engagement isn't there. And for many reasons that it's not there, but it's just not there. And ultimately, these kids will struggle if they don't get some assistance to catch up. And so again, I am just so proud of how you all have worked, fussed through things at your kids to get them to do the right thing. And finally, the other part of the support system are the teachers. Not the administrators, even though you all do a good job, but the teachers. Are there any teachers in here? We'll even take a principal. Don't be ashamed to stand up, but you, teachers are, there you go, there you go. I'm almost done, Crystal. Give me another minute. The way I like to look at this from a support perspective, parents are the inspiration of kids' success and wanting to learn. Teachers are the aspiration for them wanting to learn and give them the target to learn with. And so again, I want to thank all of you for being here, the parents, the teachers, the administrators, and I want to thank Dr. Connolly and the Wake County Public School System for allowing us this opportunity to come up here. And I don't know where Monica got the hustler from, but she's a Johnson too. So thank you all again, and I will be back up to present the top senior honors. Thank you.
I'm convinced all over again that this is easy. I now want to offer the opportunity for our superintendent, Dr. Jim Merrill, to bring greetings. Unfortunately, he had a calendar conflict tonight and can't be here in person, but he definitely wants to celebrate the fine young people in the room and all of your accomplishments, and so if I can turn your attention to the screen, he'll be bringing you greetings there.
Good evening and welcome to our top senior event. I'm Jim Merrill, Superintendent of Schools. I regret that I am not able to join you tonight and must use this technology. My calendar had already been set before this event was scheduled. So please allow me this brief opportunity to congratulate and welcome you tonight. Top seniors, you've really distinguished yourselves. You are musicians, you're athletes, you're academicians, you're scholars, and you are on a path for continued growth, success, the leadership in our community, state, and nation. And I congratulate you for that. Don't drop your energy. Don't coast. Continue on the path that you've been and keep pushing for growth and expansion and success and personal accomplishment. I congratulate you for that. Parents who've supported, extended family members, community friends, school system folk, business leaders, churches, all who've helped support you, and to you who have supported, thank you for that. We hear a lot about the 4 C's now in our school, and it's not something that you just sort of hear a little bit about in Wake County schools and then you move on. It is a part of life now, that these skills represent what you'll need to possess and exemplify and use as you continue, whether it be schooling or work or military or whatever it might be. And I will be the first to confess that I will not model what I'm preaching, The first one is communication, and while I'm using technology, I urge you in communication to go low-tech, because I believe real communication is human interaction face-to-face. It's not Snapchat, it's not Twitter, it's not Instagram. So when it comes to communication, don't lose sight that human interaction is the basis for successful communication. Collaboration. Our workplaces, our classrooms, all require folks to work together. Don't lose sight of that. You can be individually strong, but I think you know that the power of multiple people working together always produces a stronger, better product and outcome than individual work. Creativity. You already have exemplified the fact that you're creative young folks. Continue to push that part of you. Look for alternative solutions. Explore what you already have from among you in a world that is full of opportunity. And critical thinking. There is so much flying through the air right now on the web, information, whatever it might be. Put a critical eye to everything you hear and see. Make your own smart judgments about what's meaningful and valuable. It's very easy to get swept up in a theme or a pattern or a viral video. So be sure you remain critical of your own decision making and what you accept and what you let in and what you use as a basis for decision making. And so finally, really just another congratulations tonight to you. We're proud of you, and we wish you the best. Thank you.
Beyond what he shared in the video, he does offer his, I guess, deep regret that he couldn't be here tonight. I know that he would have appreciated the opportunity to shake each one of your hands, but he has a sincere amount of pride in each one of you who are being recognized tonight, and he wanted to be able to share with you, even in using technology, just how very proud he is. So thank you for the opportunity for Dr. Merrill to share some remarks. At this point, I want to take the opportunity to ask each of our top seniors to stand. I'm going to call you by school. We're not going to call each top senior by name because you have the magazine, and each of our top seniors are listed by school in the magazine, but we do want each of our top seniors to stand and be recognized. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the name of each high school, and I'm going to share with you the number of top seniors who qualified from each of our high schools. And when I do that, if those of you who are here tonight would stand, and then we'll offer a round of applause for each of our groups of students. So we'll start with Apex High School. There were 21 top senior candidates from Apex High School. Athens Drive High School, there were 17 top senior candidates from Athens Drive. Broughton High School, 27 top senior candidates. Cary High School, 24 top senior candidates. East Wake High School, 74 top senior candidates. You guys must study together. Enloe High School, 47 top senior candidates. Fuquay-Varina High School, 25 top senior candidates. Garner Magnet High School, 57 top senior candidates. Green Hope High School, 15 top senior candidates. Heritage High School, 27 top senior candidates. Holly Springs High School, 18 top senior candidates. Nightdale High School of Collaborative Design, 62 top senior candidates. Leesville Road High School, 35 top senior candidates. Middle Creek High School, 33 top senior candidates. Millbrook High School, 41 top senior candidates. Panther Creek High School, 34 top senior candidates. Rollsville High School, 67 top senior candidates. Sanderson High School, 18 top senior candidates. Southeast Raleigh High School, 68 top senior candidates. Vernon Malone College and Career Academy, 9 top senior candidates. Wake Early College of Health Sciences, 18 top senior candidates. Wake STEM Early College, who just graduated tonight, 10 top senior candidates. Congratulations. Wake Forest High School, 24 top senior candidates. Wake Young Men's Leadership Academy, 6 top senior candidates. Wake Young Women's Leadership Academy, 5 top senior candidates. And Wakefield High School, 57 top senior candidates. Let's give them all another round of applause. Okay, it can't all be about us talking to you and saying how proud we are, though we are, and how much we congratulate you, though we do. But we need another way to communicate that pride and those congratulations. And so at this time, I would like to invite Tara Clinkscales, a junior at Cary High School, to come forward. She's going to also share a message of celebration with you. Tara?
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the snowflakes that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It would sure be nice to be back home where there's love and affection. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time, be my friend. Let me start again. Suddenly my world gone and changed its face, but I know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. If you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe in things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love, so it's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like mine, like home, like home.
She also makes it look easy. Can we please give Tara another round of applause? Okay, at this time we have two students that we want to recognize with a special honor this evening, and I'm going to ask Mr. Gerald Johnson to come back to the stage, and he's going to take care of that part of the ceremony for us. So, Mr. Johnson.
Before I do this, would you like to do a duet with me? Right? You don't want to do that. And let me recognize somebody else before I get to the honorees. Benita Best is our managing editor for the Triangle Tribune here. Would you stand and let everybody see you so that they'll know who to fuss at with you? Now, as I said before, that we go through and the judges have a list of students that they judge, and ultimately it boils down to two winners, a winner and a runner-up. And both will receive scholarships as well as a trophy that we have up here on stage. And so at this point, I would like to ask Raven McLaurin to join me on stage. Stand right there. Raven, we are so proud of you, and this is your award, and your scholarship will be sent as soon as you register for school.
Thank you.
You want to say something? Oh, feel free to say it. You want to say it? You want to do it?
Well, I'm going to NC State to study engineering, environmental engineering, and I'm super thrilled that I learned that Sydney's going there as well. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to my parents. Thank you to my principal. Thank you to all the students that went to my school or that I've ever met that really helped me and that we studied together, and we really all deserve this. So thank you again, and I hope everyone is super successful in the future.
And the winner of the top senior of the year is Sydney Forenza. And here you go.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something?
Hey guys, I'm Sydney. I'm going here at NC State to study chemical engineering in the fall. I'm very excited. And I just really wanted to take a moment and thank the teachers that are in the room and just in general because, I mean, it's like you said, teachers are the ones that can recognize the spark in a student and the ones that can encourage them to take the steps necessary to actually achieve success. I didn't know I was good at science. I didn't know I was good at math. I was just doing my work. I was just doing my homework like a normal student. And it took a teacher to take me aside and say, hey, Sydney, you know you're excelling. You can do a lot more. You can achieve higher. Come apply for this thing. And I'm like, okay, sure. And then you apply for these things and you get opportunities and you see where you succeed, where you don't succeed, what paths you can follow, and then more opportunities open and more doors open and you get a chance to do things like this. And it starts with one teacher, one place with one student, and you all matter, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, thanks.
School system has a lot to be proud of. This is two great young people that got the awards, but we saw so many people that had an opportunity to win the award, and we were just so proud of all of the kids that applied for the scholarship. And again, I would like to say for the parents, the teachers, and especially the top seniors, thank you for the opportunity to do this here, and I would like to applaud you once again. Thank you.
We do have a lot to be proud of, and the Wake County Public School System, of course, consists of more than just the staff that report to work each day. It's the families that are part of our school system. It's each one of our students who walks through our doors each day. And we can't do it without the inspiration from our teachers. We also can't do it without the support of our extended family, which includes parents, which includes guardians, which includes church members, which includes each person who's had an opportunity to touch the lives of these young people. We're all part of the Wake County Public School System, and I think we all have a lot to be proud of tonight. We're nearing our closing, but before I invite Ms. Kathy Moore to the stage, I want to just take an opportunity to thank some folks who really made this event possible tonight. I'd like to start with Gerald Johnson and Linda Johnson of the Triangle Tribune. It was their opportunity brought forward to us that made all of this possible, and so a warm thank you to both of you and the staff of the Triangle Tribune that made this all happen. I also just want to take a moment to say thank you to the Wake County staff who did put so much into this event tonight. It's our gift to you, but it's also our privilege to celebrate with you, and so we appreciate that you came out and that you gave us that opportunity. I'd like to thank the Cary High School Orchestra. They provided music in the reception room, and I appreciate them spending some time with us tonight. Tara Clinkscales, also of Cary High School, thank you for your special music. That was amazing. Middle Creek High School's digital media class is who's providing the live feed tonight, and I want to call each name of the folks from that class who are here because this is Friday night and they are in high school and there's a lot of other things they could be doing, but they're here tonight. So Caroline Saborin, Eric Hill, Billy Hall, Eric Todd, Michael Zamosin, Adam Schmidt, Ms. Christina Council, and Mr. Wes Petty are here providing the live feed. And so can we please give them a round of applause? And finally, but certainly not least, the McKimmon staff who have been so amazing to help us get this event off of the ground. We've worked with folks from catering to the facilities planning to the technology that's being supported here tonight. And so just a big thank you to McKimmon for all of their help in making this event run so smoothly. And at this point, I'd like for Ms. Kathy Moore to come forward and she'll close out our program. Thank you guys so much. It's been a privilege to be here with you tonight.
Good evening. So just like everyone else has remarked as they've come up here, just looking out into the audience and seeing the accomplishment and the hope and the future is tremendously gratifying, and I hope that we need to move into a bigger and bigger space. Thank you for being part of our inaugural celebration of the top seniors in Wake County, and we're going to keep doing this. So my closing remarks tonight are drawn from what your family, your friends, and your parents have said about you, and what a couple of you have said as well. And so the inspiration for what I'm going to say tonight is you. And so I want every senior in here to listen, because all of these words apply to all of you. They've been provided by your parents, by your family, by your faith community, and they are all in here. So take a listen to all of the things that have been said about you. Today is truly a blessing. You are honest, you have integrity, you are motivated, and you are spiritual. Stay focused, stay driven, knowing that with God, all things are possible. Never forget you are loved. We are your family. We will always be here for you. We have watched your development in awe. Never stop until you reach your goals in life. Whenever you start to doubt yourself, just listen for your cheering squad back at home. We wish for you to find your special purpose in this world full of choice. Never settle for anything less than your potential. Make a positive impact in this world. Climb the ladder of success. We love you beyond measure. You are a special gift from God. You are a shooting star. We cannot wait to see all that you will give the world. Continue to run on this gift called life. Your character will continue to be developed. Your leadership, athletics, and church involvement clearly indicate why you were selected. You have a great mind and a warm heart. You are our shining and moving star for the whole world to see. You are one step closer to your dreams. The sky will be your limit. Keep your focus and determination. Hard work isn't over when you graduate. Give the world the best you have, and may God continue to bless you. These are your words, folks, and they are enough for anybody, and they are enough to carry you through. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Folks, that brings this event to a close. Again, we offer our warmest congratulations to each one of you. We wish you so much joy and happiness as you proceed forward. Congratulations on your pending graduation or your recent graduation, and please be safe driving home. Have a great night.